Hi, welcome back. My name is Erin and I'm one of the co-founders of Lash Pro. As lash artists, we all know just how important great photos of our work is for building our book. The good news is that taking beautiful photos doesn't actually have to be difficult. And so today we're going to be talking about 5 tips for taking those great photos. The first thing you want to do is to check your lighting. Great lighting is key to getting brighter photos where the skin looks beautiful and is illuminated and doesn't have that dull, dark look to it. The best possible solution is to use natural lighting in your studio. So if you've got a beautiful window or somewhere where you can pop outside for photos, that would be your best bet. If you don't have access to natural lighting though, that's just fine. You can fake it. So if you've got a ring light or a glam core, you can easily position that toward your client's face to brighten it up before you take your photos. Our second tip is to vary the angles of your photos. By featuring photos from various angles, you're really adding some interest to your Instagram feed or your marketing materials. Play around with all sorts of angles, from the top, from below, from the side, with the eyes open, with the eyes closed, and so on. Figure out what some of your favorites are and have them ready as your go-tos when you're ready to take those photos. Our third tip for great photos is to clean it up. We've all been there. We've got this beautiful set of lashes, a wonderful photo, and then when you look closer after the client's left, you notice one of those lashes is hanging down or out of place, and it's actually distracting. But there's nothing you can do about it because the client's already left. The way to handle this is simply to prevent it. Take a moment before you start snapping photos to brush the lashes back into place with a spoolie, and while you're at it, actually get their brows and put them back into place as well. Sometimes brows can be a little bit distracting. If you've forgotten this step, the good news is there are a couple of apps that are great for fixing things like this. One of our favorites is called Touch Retouch, and it'll let you remove those little stray hairs. Our fourth tip is to avoid red or irritated eyes. I think we've also all noticed this on Instagram. Someone posts a photo with absolutely beautiful lashes, but the eyes are red or look a little angry in a sense. These are important to avoid simply because they just aren't appealing to look at, but they also make clients question your ability as a lash artist. It looks uncomfortable and may turn them away from wanting to book with you in particular. The best way to avoid this is to take steps to prevent it. So when you're setting your client up, really make sure that none of the eye pads or the tape or anything is getting too close to the eye or riding up throughout the service. And then you also want to use your lash mirror to check that their eyes are fully closed once you've got them all set up. Check in with them throughout the service to make sure that they're feeling comfortable as well. Sometimes though, they've just got those fluttery eyes and some of the fumes or vapors get in and they're a little pink once you've cleaned them up. In this case, you can actually try an eye drop called Lumify. It's one of our favorite things here at Lash for photo shoots. It brightens up those whites of those eyes and makes for a beautiful photograph. If you're still struggling with red eyes after you've done or taken steps to prevent them, you can use an app to lighten that redness and whiten the eyes up a bit more. One of our favorites for this is called Facetune. And finally, our last tip is to take the time. Taking great photos can be time consuming, so there are a few ways that I would approach this. First, on an off day when you're not seeing clients, bring a friend into your studio and really play around with your lighting, your camera, your angles, and so on. Doing this when there's no pressure from clients coming or going will really let you get creative and help you identify your top ways to take photos. So you're not having to think of these things on the spot when a client's there staring at you. The other way you can take the time is to make sure that in your appointments you're building in enough time for photos. This is particularly important with full sets because those make for the best photos in general and when everything's all fresh and new. If you don't have it already, Make sure to build in a good 5 minutes just for photos at the end of your appointment. This way you're not going to be feeling rushed. You know that it's happening. You're not going to be trying to get your client finished and out the door. And you can actually make it exciting for them. You know, pump them up about your lashes look awesome. I want to get some photos. I'll send you these after as well. These are our top 5 tips for taking beautiful lash photos. I hope you found this video helpful. We would absolutely love to see some of your work using our Lash Pro products. Tag us on Instagram at LashBePro so we can check it out. And like us and subscribe below so that you can stay up to date on all the videos that we post in the future. Thank you.